I'm a new mom, just had a baby. Thank you so much. She's in the car, she'll be fine. You guys having a baby is so crazy. Are there any moms in the crowd tonight? Yeah, a few moms. Moms, you guys have birth plans, or were you smart?
No.
No birth plans? What a waste of time that was, you guys. Waste of fucking time. I had a birth plan. Nothing went according to my birth plan. Okay, nothing at all. I should have known. Admittedly, though, my birth plan was to deliver in my backyard in a kiddie pool underneath a full moon. That was my birth plan. And then Kaiser Permanente was like,
Yup.
nah, your backyard is out of network. So I went to the hospital. Got all checked into my room, but it was too early for me to get the epidural, all right? But I was in an immense amount of pain. They were like, we can't give you that. We can give you something else to manage the pain, though, if you'd like that. I was like, that's a dumb fucking question. Right away, please. Yes, I would. Would you guys like to know what they gave me for the pain?
Yes.
Fentanyl. And you guys, I get it now. Okay? That stuff is fantastic. Highly recommend. But I thought I only wanted one kid. I am reconsidering. Didn't know I could feel that good, folks. Got 2 rounds, just charged it to the room, you know. Would have gotten 3, but I didn't want to leave the hospital with 2 problems. So. Finally, enough time had passed, and I got the epidural. My legs went numb, and they were like, "Okay, you ready to shoot that sucker out of you?" Direct quote. No bedside manner. And so I was like, "Yeah, I think I can do this. I'm ready. So I got into position. They were like, "Okay, first things first. Go ahead and hold your legs up." I was like, "What the fuck am I paying you for?" It's ridiculous. I can't even feel them. They're so much heavier than I remember. But I did it. I held them up and I bared down. I did all the breathing, right? And I did it. I pushed her out of me, and they laid her on my chest so they could sew me back up. And I had this moment of clarity, right? Looking at this tiny little human that I made, and I was like, oh, wow. You are so disgusting. Like, what's all over you? Is that me? Yuck. She's much cleaner now. She can stay. And honestly, it's been 7 months, and I've only had one really bad night. I'm sure I will have plenty more, but I'd say that 1 in 7 months, that's not bad. It's not bad. Thank you for that one applause break. Person, a fellow mom. But the one night that I had, the really rough night, very tragic. Don't worry, I'll tell you about it. It was fucking awful. She had been crying nonstop for 3 hours. Okay, I did everything that I could. Nothing was working. I tried the boob, didn't want that. Changed her diaper, didn't want that either. I was like, I don't know what we're doing here, kid. Okay, and my boyfriend was asleep. That was a problem. So very quickly, when I reached the end of my rope, I got up, I went into the bedroom, and I was like, hey, I broke it. We've made a terrible mistake. And as he's getting up to come collect this baby from me, this screaming, crying baby, he is not quick enough, and then I lose it, right? Now I'm the inconsolable one. Swollen eyes, snot bubbles. I know I look stunning on stage right now, but use your imagination, okay? It was awful. And it's in this moment that I'm heaving with sobs that this tiny person that I made stops crying. And I said, oh, you bitch. This is what you wanted? Was to break me in my own home? She'll never respect me now. So I told you that story to ask you this. Would anybody like this baby? If you didn't like that joke, I will have you know that I am adopted, okay? So giving up a child is family tradition. Being adopted is really, it's wild. I was adopted by an older white family. What an honor, I guess. And when my parents adopted me, they already had 3 biological children and 4 grandchildren. Usually I tell people that, they're like, oh, wow. and they had so much love left to give. And I don't fucking buy it, okay? Because it's really hard for me to wrap my mind around the idea that a decently healthy 50-year-old couple would give up their best casino-going years to deal with puberty for a fourth time, okay? I've recently come into a lot of time to think about it. I'm pretty sure I figured it out. Pretty sure I've cracked the code why my parents adopted me. They're biological children. They are beautiful people, you know? They are who they are, and that's troubled, all right? But we're talking a variety of different things, okay? Mental illness, addiction, conservatism, and I think my parents were just trying to figure out how much of that was biologically their fault, you know? It's a fun realization to make in my 30s. People always love to give like their unsolicited thoughts and opinions to me as an adoptee. You know, they love to just be like, wow, that's so beautiful. They love to just tell me so many things about it. And sometimes they'll say really fucked up shit, right? Like especially my family, my parents' biological children, they'll say some wild shit to me. My brother, he used to come up to me when I was a kid and he'd be like, you know, you're kind of like a cat being raised by dogs.
What the fuck?
Yeah, wild thing to say to a 5-year-old over and over again for decades. But the older I get, the more it starts to make a lot more sense. I'm like a cat being raised by dogs, okay? Because think about it, are there cat people in the crowd tonight? Yeah, a few cat people. We love cats, right? Very self-sufficient, mind their own business, very clean, okay? They were on to something. Because think about it, most dogs are racist. So I thought it was pretty accurate. You guys, I'm Becky Lynn. Thank you so much.